Hi, and welcome to today's episode of the Growth Philosophy Podcast, a bite-sized weekly podcast focused on empowering you to think better and upgrade your life. And I'm your host, Salik. In today's episode, I want to talk about a question that comes out quite often about growth mindset. And here is the question I'm talking about. What does growth mindset mean? So in today's talk, I will aim to clarify and answer that question. But before we start, I want to point something out. This might be a bit controversial, but bear with me. This podcast, the whole point of this podcast, is to talk about a topic that is useful, but it is only useful for those who are genuinely interested in personal growth and improvement. People who are serious about improving their lives and making a positive dent in their universe. If you're not one of those people, I'd recommend you not to waste your time, as then this podcast is really not for you. You know that phrase, you can lead a horse to water but you can't make him drink? If you're resistant to growth, I can't really help you. And for me, the whole point of doing this podcast is to help people improve and upgrade their lives. I want to add massive value to the people who listen to this podcast. I really value your time. So if you're not on the same page, if we are not aligned, then I would not really want you to waste time on it. Makes sense, right? Still with me? Great. Then clearly we are on the same bandwidth and you're off to a solid start. I'm really glad to have you with us. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's talk about the topic today. Now, before I talk about what growth mindset actually means, I want to clarify what mindset is, because that is the start. You can't really understand growth mindset without having clarity on what mindset actually is. So what is mindset? To put it simply, our mindset is the way we think. It is our operating system. Someone's mindset basically determines how that person thinks. And the way we think determines our actions. It does a lot more, in fact, as the way we think determines everything we do and even how we feel. This makes our mindset an extremely important factor for everything, as it affects every part of our lives. The difference in mindset, ultimately, is why two people facing the exact same situation will often come out with very different results. One often better than the other. So, mindset is what is talked about when you hear people mention the whole half glass full or empty thing. And when Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right, he was talking about mindset. So in that phrase, those with a good mindset are the people who believe they can, whereas those with a bad mindset are the people who believe they can't. So that's the difference. Those with the right mindset believe they can. Those with a wrong mindset believe they can't. Now, having the right mindset is the difference between having a great life despite challenges and having a shitty life because of those challenges. The right mindset is what sets apart those who do well in life and those who don't. Positivity and negativity are all part of our mindset. Those with the right mindset are positive and act more positively as a result of having the positive mindset. In contrast, those with a poor mindset will be more negative and act negatively. Having the right mindset helps people overcome setbacks and obstacles and make lemonade when life gives them lemons. But a lack of it, on the other hand, keeps people stuck. I hope that clarified what mindset is. But just to reiterate, our mindset is our operating system and determines the way we think. So now you know what mindset is. Let's explore the main point of today's talk. What growth mindset means. So mindset, as you know by now, is basically the way you think. Growth mindset, then, is a type of mindset It's a mindset that is focused on growing and improving as a person. Remember earlier when I talked about the right and the wrong mindset? Well, growth mindset is the former. This is what is essentially being referred to when you hear people talk about the right mindset, or a good mindset, or even a positive mindset. They're all basically the same thing, a way of thinking that helps you move forward. So if I had to define growth mindset, here is how I would define it. Growth mindset is a belief system, a way of thinking that helps you move forward and make good decisions. It is about adopting a way of thinking that enables you to deal with challenges and setbacks and move forward no matter how big the obstacle might be, rather than being stuck because of those challenges and obstacles. So having a growth mindset means you can think and act better. It makes you more positive. It enables you to move forward and achieve the things you want to achieve. It is growth mindset that differentiates people who do well in life and those who are perpetually stuck. Unfortunately, too many people fall in the latter category. Too many people are stuck, which is why living with regrets is such a common thing. It is really disappointing, but thankfully it does not have to be the norm. So, here is the good news. The way we think is not set in stone. Think of our mindset like a software. You might have a buggy software. You might have a faulty software, but it can be improved by installing a new update. And that's what happens when you have a software that doesn't work very well. What do? You get an update that then fixes those bugs. And thanks to the way our brain works and neuroplasticity, we are capable of changing our programming, which is to say we can change the way we think. So if someone has a negative mindset, it does not have to be the case that they have to live with it for the rest of their life. They can change it. Someone with a negative mindset can upgrade their mindset to install a better mindset, a positive growth mindset. Now, let's reiterate something, or let's examine a really crucial matter. So, how we think is vitally important for everything in our life, because it ultimately determines everything that happens to us. It determines our success and happiness. It determines how far we go, or whether we even move forward or not. The way we think determines how we feel about anything and everything, which then determines how we act or react. So it is absolutely essential to adopt a growth mindset. Without having a growth mindset, it will be a massive struggle, if not impossible, to move forward in life. And let's face it, if someone falls apart every time there is a setback or obstacle, how can they ever move forward? It's common sense, right? If you're struggling to move forward anytime there is a challenge, then there is just no progress. And here is the truth about life. Life is just not a bed of roses. I wish it were. I wish it was simple and the road was smooth, but that's just wishful thinking. There will be ups and downs, and everyone will experience challenges. It doesn't matter who you are or what stage of life you are in. You will experience challenges. But that's not a bad thing, as the struggles actually help us get better and stronger and grow as a person. Those challenges are there for a reason. So in the meantime, having a growth mindset helps us. It actually enables and empowers us to deal with those challenges when we are faced with them. So if you want to have a better life, if you want to improve your life, if you're not living the life that you want, it is crucial for you to improve your mindset. for that is possibly the single most important thing you can do to completely change the course of your life. Think about it like this. When you're going on a long road trip, there will be speed bumps and obstacles. It's inevitable and unavoidable. Now, if you stop and give up at the first obstacle, you will never reach your destination. Unfortunately, that is what happens when you have the wrong mindset. So people who have the wrong mindset, they'll probably give up the first time they are met with an obstacle. But in contrast, having a growth mindset will help you keep going. That is what will help you overcome those obstacles, and is ultimately what will help you reach your goals and have the life you want. Not to mention make your mark and do all the amazing things you want to and are destined to do. So examine your mindset. Where does it need work? Have a think about it. Some introspection really helps. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can improve your mindset, check out my other podcast episodes. I've talked quite a bit about growth mindset and how to adopt it in the past episodes. So have a listen, they can help. At the very least, they will get you started. And we will continue this journey over the course of future episodes. I'll continue talking more about it, so we can all continue to learn together. As for now, that's it for today. If you have any questions, reach out to me at my blog. Leave me a comment. That really is the best way to contact me. Now, before I end, I just want to say that it is always a privilege having you listening. So thank you for your time. And I really hope that you found this useful. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes. I'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, have a great week.